Okay, I'm at 5784 Pennywell Drive, doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. We're looking for any structural issues, root intrusion, anything that would be concerning to the buyer. The access point here is a cast iron clean out just to the left of the front door. Now there's a restriction on this clean out. It has what they call a sweep, so it basically forces you to only go downstream or out towards the main. This is cast iron, and it is cast iron under the floor and the slab in the house, and so the bad thing is you don't get to inspect that cast iron in the house. So as you can see, as we go down it, the line kind of turns and then opens, but it doesn't allow me to go back upstream. It forces you to go downstream. So that's good for water, but I would think a regular T for a clean out would be better, so you can get not also clean but also inspect upstream. And when they were putting these in, basically you'd have to, because of that, you would have to remove fixtures to be able to get access to the rest of the line, or you have to get on the roof. But cast iron's not a horrible material, but obviously it does rust, and so the lifespan isn't always known, but in most cases most of our problems are on the exterior anyway. And we'll run some water too. I'm going to push all the way out to the main, and as you get just past the clean out, you see it switches over to clay, which is a normal material. And the most common thing we see with clay lines is root intrusion. That's due to, you can see the short distance between connections here. You've got these pipe sections are only 3 to 4 feet usually, and so they were pretty short pipe sections, and so they are a lot of joints. And so over the years, the packing in those joints kind of would shrink, and then it starts allowing in a little bit of roots. It's not a big issue, but it's very, very common. A little bit of maintenance usually takes care of that. But this line looks very, very clean, and all these joints still look like they're very well intact. And so you can see some of the packing actually bleeding through, and so hopefully they just used a little bit more, and that's why we don't see any kind of root intrusion. Alright, and so this is dropping into the main. We've already made it to the main at 36 feet, which means the sewer main is way up in the front yard, which is good, and you have a very short distance of line to maintenance also. But I didn't see any issues. The line looked great. No root intrusion. All the connections were nice and tight, and the line itself didn't have any structural issues. The interior, I wanted to speak about the cast iron. We are going to run some water and kind of witness how it flows. But cast iron is also known for soft clogs, which is like excessive toilet paper or stuff like that. But the main problem is things like wet wipes, paper towels, things that don't break down like paper. Toilet paper is designed to disintegrate, and so if it catches, you have enough water go through there, eventually it'll break down into nothing and flow, as long as there's no structural issues. With wet wipes, they do not disintegrate in water. They say flushable, but they may go down the toilet, but they're not good for the line, because they don't break down the way toilet paper does. So I just always like to note that in my videos, to make sure that people are aware that making sure you're flushing down what is only what is designed for the line, for a sanitary system, and not a bunch of other stuff. And if you do that, the line should treat you very well. But again, I'm gonna pause the video here. We're gonna run some water and just kind of see how it acts. Make sure that it's escaping through the fixtures well, and we'll take a look at it as we pull back. All right, we've got the fixtures running, and so there should be an awful lot of flow going through. We've got the rear bathroom, the kitchen, and the front bathroom sinks running, and it's just to kind of watch the water escaping. Now this camera lens is only about a ½ an inch off the bottom of the pipe, and so you can tell that if you look in the bottom left-hand corner also, you'll see the pitch of the camera, which tells you kind of angle the camera's laying. And so what's good is that it does have a really good pitch, and so you can see the water escaping really well, which again, this camera lens is only a ½ an inch off the bottom of the pipe, so it wouldn't take a whole lot. Cover that lens. And so all the fixtures seem to be escaping well. So it's just at that transition, so we are adding a bunch of water, but we are coming back out. So again, the line looks great. Didn't see any structural issues. Again, everything looked great. The lines escaped, all the water's escaping well. It's a short distance with a lot of pitch, so the water is getting out of here in a hurry. And everything looked great. So that's going to end the inspection at 5784 Pennywell Drive in Dayton, Ohio.